sale of company assets without the terms of remittances. For us, what we do at the end of every year, because of the nature of our business, we declare profit and loss. So which we pay 30% of our profit to government. That is the obligations. Beyond VAT and 20,000 as collecting it and we do that. So whatever sales, whatever revenue we get is to support our working capital. These are assets that were sold. For instance, we import inks and other things we use, with jobs and like so. When at the end of the day we sell it to staff and other things, so they form part of our miscellaneous income. Those assets that we sell. So what we sell, it goes to us. It's not an IGR per se. The government is funding you. So if the other money is made, the percentage of it should be remitted to the payment for the account. So whatever money we make, it forms part of our working capital. So it is what we make profit at the end of the year. We pay taxes, corporate income tax to the government. That is the obligation that we need to do after.
So the audit exercise, in other words, was misguided?
Like there was no exit route. Because most of this should have been explained.
Was that the first time that we were having this audit exercise to your place? Was this the first time?
No. This is very okay.
Okay, so the previous ones you had, were these issues also flagged as violations by the auditor?
No, this particular one, no. This issue wasn't mentioned, but there was.
But your own contention is that maybe the processes that they are adopting is like you are purely a public entity.
Yes.
Auditor General, you have a comment on that?
Well, sir, they should have a policy guideline in a PLC. They are not purely public service. But what the auditor was talking about, if he is not really talking about, if he was noting only the financial regulation, you should have shown him where, or the account where those proceeds came in, and then how it now went out, how it was disposed of. Or is it because is it that they were giving you cash? Because if the proceeds came through bank, you should have shown the auditor the account where those money came in and how it was expended.
Okay, usually we have only one account, TSA. Nobody pay cash. Whatever money you are paid to us, it is through our treasury account. We don't account it. Usually we generate a remitter reference number and pay. Like if you go to TSA now, when you pick Nigeria Security Personnel meeting, you will see sources of income. One of them is sale of banknotes. The other one is sale of documents. You now have refund. You now have tender fees. Usually, the occasions when we talk about tender fees, if we are advertising for a job, people come to pay tender fees. Ordinarily, the fund tender fees go to consider revenue fund account. But for us, because there was a time that even by default, money that was meant for tender fees, by default, we want to collect revenue fund account. We write to them, they repass it back to us. So all the money paid, he didn't ask question, the team did not ask question. It's not like normal cost of business. Every money paid goes to our TSA account and we use it for our operation. It's just working capital. Whatever we have at the end of the year, we pay tax to government. That is the obligation.
But just a moment, please. This is the obligation. Are you included in the schedule of the this guy's military commission?
No.
You are not mentioned in the schedule.
No.
Okay, is that true? I'm not sure that's correct. I'm not sure that's true. I think you are included in the schedule of the TSA. And then you continuously also made reference to the TSA.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are onboarded on the TSA.
Yes, sir.
What is the TSA?
Treasury single account.
All right, so is it applicable to private businesses?
No. Because the holding of our company is government CBN.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But for the
You
TSA,
have less than 1% of holding that is not government, less than 1% or something.
yeah, that one is foreign party. The thing is that in the TSA mapping of the account details, every money that generates goes to us. Every money paying us the generation through the return goes to us as a company, which form part of our working capital for that particular year. Because even the cost of sales is over 85% or whatever income that generates.
I'm not sure that this line of argument will be accepted by the committee. There are quite a number of public enterprises that are also incorporated under KAMA. Because the KAMA itself is a product of the Act of Parliament. I mean, it's an act of the Parliament. So the Corporate Affairs Commission is a creation of law. And being incorporated as a company will not mean that you will not follow the strict requirements of the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, Fiscal Responsibility Act, rather. And the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, by several documents, apart from the auditor's report, by several documents that we have here, have consistently mentioned your organization has been in violation of one aspect or the other of the provisions of the Act, because you are listed in the schedule, including non-rendition of accounts. We have you listed here that you have non-rendition of accounts for a period of, you have not even seen your accounts in 2019, including the operating surplus that you are expected by law to remit. But the way you have said it now is that even the operating surplus is not applicable to you. All that's applicable to you is the payment of your taxes.
Yes, we do profit and loss. We are not part of operating surplus. Our account is audited by external. So,
yes.
The moment
the external, listen, the other auditors that audit your account, are they based on the recommendation from the Auditor General of the Federation?
Yeah, I think there's nobody has raised violation in terms of operating surplus. What we do at the end of the year, when they audit the account, we send to Auditor General, we send to Accountant General Office, we send to CS, and to CBN, our owner. So at the end of the day, FRS comes, they do audit. Whatever income tax they want to pay, education, we pay. Just like what other company pays. So it's not really, it's normal account, it's not ISA. So it's not operating surplus, it's profit and loss. That we do. If we make loss, we pay minimum tax. If we make profit, 30% for education and other tax, we pay the government. Whatever will come, we generate 100% comes to us as part of our working capital.
Okay, that is answering to issue 1. Is that correct?
No, issue 3. We're on issue 3 now. Yes.
No, issue number 3 is not the total government.
That's what we're talking about.
That we did not remit the money to government. That is just the contention.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. On this issue 3, I just want a clarification from our guests here. We're talking about disposals of government assets. You know, certainly there is full disclosure in the financial statements. Okay? And maybe the Auditor General there are 2 questions that that need clarification. 1, the chairman asks you questions. This external auditor, is it based on the recommendation of Auditor General Office or not? He didn't answer that question. On your mic.
Sorry. Because of our status, I require by law, every year, the board has to appoint external auditor.
Who?
The board.
Okay.
Government.
Okay.
So the policy by board. Board has to appoint.
Is it based on recommendations of the Auditor General, that is the underlying question.
I think so, like.
Okay, you're not sure. You're not sure.
Like Kama, because based on our status.
Every agencies.
You are, I think you are, I think nobody is advising you. I'm not sure that you are owned by a government concern, and you are, even if you don't want to use the word funded.
It's a government business entity.
Public fund. That's correct.
Yeah.
You cannot claim just be like a regular, like Mr. Salam and his wife going to register a company now, and then you equate yourself with them. It's very, very, very different, and that is where the issue is. Like I'm saying, the clear provision of the CRB Act, the schedule includes Nigeria Security and Military Company. Yes. Just like it has the CBN, it has so many other, incorporated entities which are publicly owned in their schedule. And you can see that in most of the responses you made to the issues here is the same thing that you kept, emphasizing. So I don't know. I think we need to seek better clarity on this.
So let me ask him the second question. My guess.
I think in your explanation, you keep on emphasizing TSA, right? So I think it's supposed, since most of your activities, services you provided is paid through TSA. Why is it that when you are selling assets, you are not also paying through TSA? Because what we are trying to point out now is that when you make sales, according to your explanation, make part of miscellaneous income, which form part of your running costs. So, and whatever that you realize from sales of government property needs to be, limited in that account, which you fail to do so. So why is it that is not? Because those properties are government properties. It's like you sold them without approval, and you also use the money on your own without also government approval. And to my understanding, it's not a personal or private company because government decides their salary. Or do you decide that on your own? Huh?
Who constitutes your board?
So it's government that decides your salary. So you cannot just sit down and decide on government funds to just spend it without government interference. I think it's very, very wrong. And also, the committee needs to let it.
So thank you, sir. Because you mentioned the money for
Hello.
Hello,
sir. Please, sir. Please be guided. It's when I ask you to respond that you do. Please. You can take note of any point that you feel strongly about you want to talk about. Just take note of it so that you don't lose track of your thoughts. Deputy Chairman, please.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we understand that you are self-funded, but it is required by law, financial regulations, and so on for you to prepare financial statements. And of course, in the course of preparing your financial statement, you are supposed to disclose the profit and so on. And you are required actually to remit to government when you make profits at the percentage as the surplus. Not only FIRs, not only FIRs. So, from your explanation and everything, it is discovered that you've not been complying with the Financial Fiscal Responsibility Act. So let's put this very straight to you. You've not been complying. And based on this, disposal of assets, revenue from this disposal constitute part of your profit or revenue, as the case may be. So when you say it's part of your working capital, yes, I agree. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to prepare financial statement where there will be profit or there will be loss, as the case may be, and you are supposed to remit to the government certain percentage as required by the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2007. I want you to be guided by this.
When is your last audited account?
Just finished last year.
You have your 2024 audited account.
Yes, they're about to sign it. By the committee.
All right. Because you have 2023.
Yes, sir.
Did you submit copy to the General's office?
No, for now, because there was an issue with the board and searching and all that.
When was the last time you submitted your audited account to the General's office?
In 2021, I know that 2023, 2024 have not been signed.
2022
2023.
have not been signed. You don't have them then. They are not. They not audited report. An audited report has not been signed. It's not an audited report. So you don't have. You don't. I don't listen. That I just mentioned to the General's office. Did you submit to the Financial Reporting Council? You can't. You couldn't even have submitted if they have not been signed.
Well, yeah, it's not submitted to the contract.
So since you have not, you don't have audited account
On the
for the last 3 years
assets.
in the Nigerian Security Trading and Making Company. That's the meaning. And I think it's even more than 3 years. I want you are old, sir, and I want you to be very, very factual.
Yes, I know from 2024, one person has not signed.
Okay, they will pick up
So
again.
other one,
It's supposed to pay. Since they are claiming that they're claiming the again, what was the provision?
2019, you are confirming to me that 2019, 2021 have been submitted. You are saying
Yeah, Chairman, I want to ask
is
you.
that what?
signed and submitted. Maybe it's my colleague can, the office secretariat can submit.
Okay. Can you?
Chairman said the audited accounts of the NSA, the only ones that have not been submitted yet are 2022, 2023, and 2024. The previous ones were properly audited and submitted. The reasons the last three have not been submitted was because we had issues with the board. It's been resolved now, and hopefully
What's the issue?
change of board membership, dissolution of the board, and putting in place of a new board. So it delayed the process. But as we speak now, we have the board.
Excuse me. So was the Auditor General aware of all this? Did you escalate this to him? Because yes, it's an internal thing. Did you escalate to the Auditor General that you had board issues? The appointment.
Sir, I was not part of the process.
No, we're talking about the organization.
I said I make findings to the committee.